So let's talk a little bit of dollars. What students can expect to pay for new facilities. Right now, so everybody knows, you pay $36.78 through your student tuition. How many people really knew that, other than the SSFC members? All right, $36.78. It's the lowest in the Big Ten of seg fee paying Big Ten schools, of which almost every one of them are. The average is $145 a semester. Okay, so when we talked about the disparity between our facilities and theirs, there's where it's at. So phasing, and I'll talk a little bit about costs and what we've communicated to the student government with transparency in mind. So the phasing, again, this takes a while. We've got to pass a referendum before we even do anything. If we don't pass a referendum, this goes nowhere. If we pass a referendum, we go through approvals with the Chancellor and the Board of Regents and the state, and then we start that design process. And design would be slated to start in 2015, fiscal year, actually 2016. We start July 1st of 2015. So the SURF and maybe the Near West programs would open up first. SURF in 2019. The Near West synthetic turf is a much smaller project, so we might be able to start servicing the students a lot sooner on that site, just because of the timeline. We're not going to take down both facilities because we still have to serve a campus population, right? So then once the SURF opens, we would then open up the natatorium. Near East would serve as that staging site, so it would be ready to go. And then it would go under construction as soon as the NAT opened and all the staging equipment got off that site. Nielsen Tennis Stadium and U-Bay Fields could go at any time because we are not even asking the students to provide funding for those programs. We're hoping to have donors and gifts offered for those programs, and we do have some interested parties at this time. So what are we bringing in? There's a master plan which I've just showed you. This is the 6 components of the master plan. The referendum is different. The referendum takes into consideration the math of what we're trying to ask the students to support, what we think we can get in gifts, what we should bring forward to referendum. So the SURF, the natatorium, the Near West Fields, and Near East Fields are in the referendum at this time. That could change before March. But as of right now, we have told the students and listened to students who have said, we definitely want to vote on the SURF, NAT, Near West, and Near East Fields. They'll be in those March 3rd through 5th elections unless something changes between now and then. Again, we are not bringing University Bay Fields and Nielsen Tennis Stadium. The ballot language at this time reads that students will not pay a maximum increase on their segregated fee of more than $108. Okay, that would be if we fall flat on our face and get no money from donations, we get no funding support from the foundation, the campus, or anything. We strongly feel that that funding support will be there. So we think 108 is the worst that we're talking about. So what can you do? Well, you can stay educated. That means you can attend these types of sessions. You can ask us to come present for your student organization, for your department, for any groups that you would like us to present to, and we will do that. We've got a blog up and running. We're doing everything we can to try to keep students updated on a daily and weekly basis, so you can find information at any time. One of the things that we are absolutely intentional about doing, and we are attempting to do, but we can't guarantee it at this point, is that we don't want to increase the segregated fees on the students until an amenity starts being used. So when that SURF gets built, the doors open, the seg fee gets implemented. So students won't be asked to pay until those doors open. Now that's something we're trying to do. I can't tell you for sure because we're waiting for the bond rates. We're waiting for the cash on hand that we're going to have from gifts and donors. And we won't know that until before March 3rd through the 5th, but we will certainly educate the campus about that should that happen. So there's the email address if you want to jot it down and get involved with Badgers for Recreational Reform. Certainly follow us on social media. If you've been looking for information, like I don't know much about this, about what you're talking about, it's all over our social media, it's all over our blog, it's all over our website, or contact us and we'll be happy to contact you. Bring your friends. We got to have word of mouth about this. That's very strong. In the days of technology and people being buried in their phones and stuff, still telling people and pulling them to these sessions that you hear about is a really big thing for us. And then, of course, 3rd through the 5th, we're going to be voting. And this comment right here, I think, says it all about what we're trying to do. We're trying to undo the mistakes of the past with our facilities. And we're trying to build for the next 40 to 50 years on this campus. And we're listening to students as we do it. And we're trying to build on the new. There's a lot of new ideas, a lot of new concepts in this plan, and we understand what we're asking the student body to do. Don't think for a second that the Division of Recreational Sports or myself don't understand the ask that we're making right now of students. But if we do this and we do this right, for the next 40 to 50 years of Badger students, they're going to enjoy this so much more than you guys were able to, and I'm sorry to say that, but that's just a plain fact. We'll be able to service them so much better.